Gentlemen, 5 days ago, when I first see the official pictures released by Dimension Studio times E-model, the Bemular, I was so in love with it. And then I immediately go and check their Taobao store, which came to my surprise that the Bemular is ready stocked. Because now it's getting near to Chinese New Year, most of the shipment will be delayed after Chinese New Year because shipping company they will close for about a week. But when I asked the customer service, they said they can send it out, and luckily I received it today, which is just before Chinese New Year. So I have a toy to play during Chinese New Year. Before we get started, let me tell you about a quick introduction of Bemular. I'm not a super fan of the Ultraman series. I only watched the original Ultraman, and the one that I love the most is Ultraman Tiga. Why I love Tiga? Because Tiga sounds like Malay, number 3. So it actually is so close to us. So before the Netflix came out, I go and search for the online manga version, the comic version of Ultraman, and I totally love it. Let's skip through the stories. I read through the manga version. When the first encounter, the Ultraman Shinjiro versus Bemular. When Shinjiro fired up his spectrum ray to Bemular, he burned out half of his body, and then his mask came off. In the Netflix version, you couldn't see the monster face like in the picture, but in the manga, you see that the monster's teeth, and say he is the first encounter from the original Ultraman. What? And then we skip through the end. There's few moments that I love Bemular when it came out. We all thought he's the bad guy, but throughout the comics, it seems like he's trying to help the Earthling. I'm not so sure, correct me if I'm wrong. And then we skip through the last chapter. This is the moment that I love the most. We skip through the last chapter of this season, for the comic season, when Shinjiro and his father are shooting a spectrum ray through a big monsters and just couldn't bring the monster down. So suddenly, Shinjiro's father asks, "Would you mind give us a hand?" And Shinjiro is like, "Who are you asking for?" And Bemular said, "How did you know? Did you remember?" And then Bemular started to say, "Alright, then I'll give you a hand." The next page, and Bemular doing this. I was like, what the heck? It blew my mind. So I totally love Bemular. I say he is so cool, and I can't wait for the next season of the comic. Without further ado, let's check out our today's toy. Ta-da! This is what I call a perfect packaging. You see, China they will say 八角尖尖. Its 8 corners is sharp because they put some protection for the box to prevent damage. You see, it actually took a lot of damage for the parcel directly from China. And I think the price is pretty okay, about 800 ringgit Malaysia. And this toy is die cast. Most of it is die cast and 39 cm tall. How cool is that? Let's check it out. Beautiful box. See that? Okay. Wow. So cool. Can you see that? There's some artwork from the manga. You see that? So cool, huh? Okay, let's open it up. It come with the instruction manual. See that? Lots of battery for the lights up effect. Okay, put it aside. See? Two layers. They actually include the battery, but I asked them to take it out because it's considered a sensitive product. So if there is a battery, the shipping company will actually reject this one from sending to Malaysia. So I asked the seller to actually remove this so I can receive it safely. Lots of accessories. I'm not an accessory guys, but it's cool to have many accessories as well, like a bonus. Whoa, now you can see it clearly. See? Spectrum ray, all this. The hands, Bemular itself. The base. See that? So cool. Now let's take this out. Oh, not too heavy, but okay. All these are detachable. Freaking hate all this plastic. So cool. Wow. Love it. Look at this beauty. I love how it's always floating around in the comic. It doesn't even stand. And I just took out the base. This thing is solid, so he can actually stand the weight. It's pretty heavy for this Bemular. Look at his armor. Okay. So we take this off. Articulation are okay. This one can move. For the head. Something on the back, so it can actually push up. Slick. Rubber joint as well. I think you can make it stand. Let's try this out. You have to be careful because it might get scratches mark. Okay, now let's see. Can he stand? We got this one. Yes, he can stand, but I rather you not make him stand since you have the base. Yes, he can stand. He can stand. You can check out. You got two different display options. You can put at the pelvis part or you can put it on the chest. Okay. 3 pairs of arm. There's the normal arm. There's a wide open. And this one. So this is how you display the power. Put the small thing first and then put this. It's tight, but okay, still okay. I don't want to press through it because I scared it might break. Ta-da! Or you can put all this into his hand. Power. Or the bigger one. See how cool. Getting this arm. So cute. It's made of rubber. Spectrum braid. Okay, now let's try to change the hand. This is from the same company, Dimension Studio Ultraman. It's a model kit. I love the design, but I hate the assembling process. And everything is so loose. When I move a little bit, it will fall off. And all my pins are just scratched off already. Why don't they come out with an action figure? Stand side by side with the Bemular. So how cool is this? I'm sorry guys, I'm not actually a posing collector. I don't really post all my toys. So with all these accessories, I really don't know how to fully utilize it. And after I take some picture of this, I'll just keep all these accessories. Do you think this is worth? I think if you like this Ultraman manga comic series, it's worth. It's very valuable. It's very nice for the design and it's very heavy. My base keep falling off, so you have to adjust to an angle that can stand his weight. There's one weight that is put up his pelvis. I don't like it because the leg can't close. I like how Bemular closes his leg while he's floating on the air. I think this will be the final pose for my collections. I'm a boring guy, isn't it? Lots of accessory and I don't use it. So that's it for today's Bemular quick unboxing. Today is a Chinese New Year Eve. I wish you all have a very great reunion dinner with your friends and family. Next day, we'll be quite busy for at least 3 to 4 days. Because Chinese New Year, we celebrate 15 days. But we start working on the 3rd day or 4th day. I'd like to wish you all Happy Chinese New Year. 恭喜发财，鼠年行大运，一切 一定会更好。Bye bye, I see you next time.